how to protect yourself against recession and inflation, because it's really the time when it's even hard to decide what to invest in, how to keep your money and things like that. Not to talk about how to grow and increase your wealth. But still, there are things you can do during this session, and I'm going to talk about it in this video. And actually, the situation now looks like every kind of crisis we had before. It's just every kind of crisis is a little bit different, yeah? And the crisis we're having now is way huge and even, more overwhelming than the crisis we had before. But, each crisis feels like the first time. So the pain and suffering is really unpleasant. Well, they say that skill is the best hedge against inflation, better than any other investments. And why is that? To earn more money, to have more income, you need to become a different person. If you're the same person the way you are now, then how can you expect things to change for the better? You really need to become a different person, and for this you need to increase your learning capacity. I'm really happy that you are spending your time now on this educational video. It means that you are really thinking in this direction of learning something new, becoming financially free, starting your own business. This is the right place on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to make sure not to miss future videos of mine. And if you like this video so far, please give it a like. It really helps to promote this video so that YouTube will show it to other people and other people can benefit from it. In this video, I want to talk about the process you're going through when a recession happens, or any kind of difficulty, or like inflation, or for example the lockdown we had. I mean, in some places you still have, but I remember for me, when the lockdown happened, it was something so unexpected, something you cannot predict, something like that if you never experienced it in your whole life, and also your parents didn't experience, it's something completely new. And I had this period when I was thinking, something needs to be changed in my life, because I need to be prepared also for this kind of situation. So the first reaction to any kind of unexpected situation, if you are not quite prepared, is surviving mode. And I do have experience with financial crisis, because we had a few. I was mentioning in the other video the one that happened when I was 14 and I was helping my mom to create the budget for our family. I talk about this in this video here, which is actually talking about 4 seasons in any kind of business or any kind of life. So make sure you check this video, really useful also to make sure that you understand that, now we have the recession. It's winter, it's the winter season, but at some point we will have spring, summer and autumn again. Life is like a cycling thing, it's not forever that we're going to have this recession. So in the video I mentioned, I really go into depth on this point, so I don't want to repeat it here. Just watch it if you haven't watched it yet. So this survival mode is something that, first of all, makes you make some decisions that you need to make just in order to survive. And because I have this experience, I also go into depth on this topic in this video here about financial crisis and how to deal with it. You can check it out. I don't want to repeat it here again. There's so much on this channel. Really make sure you're subscribed, because then you are financially prepared for any kind of situation, and also mentally, because your mindset is 80% of your success. So after the surviving phase, then you need to go into planning, because something needs to be changed in your life. You cannot go on like the way you used to, to be, because you need to be prepared. You need to know about the changing seasons in life. You need to start planning, maybe how, to make investments, how to, I also have a video on that, this one, how to start your own business and how to create some side hustle, start a YouTube channel, create an Instagram account to, start working on your personal brand so that at some point you can make a business out of it. There are so many things you can do and you should start planning it. In my case, in 2020, when the lockdown happened, I really decided to start this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel I started in spring 2020, you remember the time, yeah? And this was the time when everybody had nothing but time, no freedom, no possibility to do things, but time, a lot of time. And then many people also used that time, started their business, did something. I started the business before, but then YouTube really helped to look for new, opportunities, look for new clients and getting to know more people, really expanding. So I'm really thankful to everybody of you who are subscribed and who watch my videos and who also leave comments below, because it really supports my work and it really also adds a lot to this community of people who are interested in personal development, into becoming a better version of yourself so that you can be financially free and also happy. So planning is the second thing. And if you want to start your business, then consider also checking my free training on building your dream business. The link is in the description below. It can help you figure out what is that strength in you that you can share with the world, because there are people who need your help, who need your skills, who need your experience. And the best client is the person who's like 1 year behind you in the experience, or maybe 5 years, yeah. But not 20 years, because then you are too far away from each other, The gap should not be more than a few years, like up to 5. Anyway, planning is the second, and then you start doing, taking action, starting the business or working on your personal development so that you can become a different person, that you can have more value. And then if you have more value, you can also earn more. And this next thing is failing. Be ready for a failure. Because every successful person has to fail a few times before, The people who are successful immediately are probably the ones who already had something, before, also from parents or, from something. And people who started from the beginning, they really had to go through some failures and disappointments and so on. So be ready for that, also mentally, that you're going to fail in some points. But when you, for example, build your business and you work on your personal branding, then if the business fails, you can still use your personal brand to build another business. So it's like a really situation where you cannot lose when you build your personal brand. Therefore, I really recommend when you start your business, make it also a personal brand. Get more information on that in those videos here. I will link on personal branding if you want to check them out. There's so much I want to share with you. And after you fail, then you just continue. Yeah, you improve, you learn more, you try things out, try a little bit different, try maybe a different business, but based on the experience you already have. And then at some point you get really great results. So it's time to harvest. It's autumn. Going back to that video about 4 seasons. So this is something you need to go through if you want to make sure that you protect yourself against recession and inflation, because basically you need to be able to improve yourself and this way to earn more money. Yeah? And then you will go through this process of surviving and then planning, then actually doing, then failing, maybe a few times. Prepare for that. And then repeating, continuing, working, taking action, and then at some point you get the results. So this is the process. And if you do this way, then whatever happens on this journey will be a blessing. Meaning that if it's a failure, it's a great lesson. And if it's success, then you just continue enjoying, continue working on yourself and improving your skills and value. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, and maybe you can also share your experience of dealing with recessions, crises, inflations, and so on. I'm really excited to learn also from you, and also let me know if this video was useful. Make sure you subscribe, give this video a like. If you watched that far, it means you like it. And I will see you in the next video.